Hey guys, Sam here from Baseline. So we've got James Silson here from Dunlop UK. He's brought along with him the brand new SX range of rackets that are due on the 15th of January. So yep. Pre-orders are open now, available to purchase from the 15th. So James, tell us, what are they like?
Good, very good. So yeah, no, thanks for having me, Sam. Really appreciate it. Super excited to be here as well, showing you the new SX 2025 racket that we've got. Before I do touch on the racket, I would just like to sort of look at a couple of the different rackets that we do in the range as well. So we've got 4 key categories. We try to keep it as simple as we can with our rackets. So the first range that we have is our FX rackets. F stands for force. This is our power racket. So it's super simple. If you see a blue racket, that's our FX racket, power racket. Then we've got our CX range. There are red rackets. The C stands for control. So it's a very control-based racket. Great for using, you know, if you're a good player looking for more control in your game, that's the racket for you. Then we've got our SX racket. So this is our spin range racket. So the S stands for spin. Nice and simple. And then we've got our LX racket as well, which is our lightweight racket. Perfect. So we've sort of broken it down into 4 areas, 4 key areas for every player. So we've got nice and simple. It keeps it, great, all in line.
Cool. Okay, so James, this here, guys, is the old SX frame now. Now this is a racket that I've actually really liked. So growing up as a kid and coaching and playing, I've never been a massive spin fan. Okay, the first time I've ever really enjoyed a spin racket was when I picked up the SX. So this is the SX 300 Tour. James has also got the SX 300 Tour, the one, again, brand new for this year. I know everything about this racket.
Yep.
What's different? If I'm currently playing with this one, why should I move to this one?
Yep. Well, I think the first big difference that you can see from the racket is the colourway.
It's a lot better looking.
Yeah, it is a lot better looking. So we've decided to go for like the teal green colourway. It's just a little bit brighter, stands out. I think if you didn't like yellow, you're a bit scuppered with that racket. Absolutely. So this one's a bit more eye catching. It's just a nicer racket to look at. In terms of technology, we have got some new technology within this racket, some enhancements as well that we've done to improve the racket. So within the old one, the old SX 300, we still had the Boost X-T Grommets, but actually in the new one, we've increased the diameter of the grommets. So this has actually got a 58% increase in the grommet width. So that just basically allows for more string movement. With that more string movement, you get more movement up the back of the ball, increasing that spin. So it's been a real difference when we've done a lot of the testing. We've seen a big difference having these wider grommets, allowing that grommet to move. Right. I should also touch on, Sam, at the top of the racket, we do have the Boost X-T Grommets as well.
Yep.
So with these grommets, they are actually designed, we might get some close-ups later, but they're designed a little bit differently. So they're in different directions. So you can see at the top, there's some that point left, some that point right, some that point up, and there's little arrows on there to show you which way that string moves. And again, that just helps enhance that spin on the ball. Bit more bite, bit more maneuverability. Great for spin.
Great, James. That's mate. That's really good to hear about the Boost grommets. That's really good. So I also saw that there's a difference in the beam width, or to do with the beam.
Yep. That's correct. So the geometry within the frame at 9 and 3 o'clock has been increased by 8%. And the reason that we've done that is we've wanted to increase that stability within the frame.
Yep.
So we found obviously sweet spot is usually around that sort of, if you're looking at it centrally, 3 and 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
We've wanted to increase the sort of the width geometry within the racket at those points. So 8% increase, it's given us a bit more stability within the frame. So when you're hitting with it, you really feel at one with the racket.
Great. So last question before we start hitting some balls with it and seeing what it's really like. Could you just tell me what is Sonic Core? All the rackets in the Dunlop range is all sort of Sonic Core powered.
Yep.
What is it?
Yeah. So Sonic Core, like you said, Sam, is in all of our rackets. So it's not just within our SX racket.
Yeah.
It's within our FX, SX, CX, LX. And basically what Sonic Core is, in a nutshell, is a vibration dampening property.
Okay.
So we've injected Sonic Core into all of our frames.
Yeah.
Such a good bit of technology. We've injected it into all of our squash frames, our tennis frames.
Yeah.
At 10 and 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So we've actually found, doing research, that the contact point is generally a little bit higher than centre.
Yes.
So that's why we've got it
agree.
in at the frame at 10 and 2.
It's good for your elbow then, by the sounds of
very
it.
good for the
It's
elbow.
going to be great for my elbow, my gammy elbow. So James, what string would you recommend in these rackets? What Dunlop string would you say we need in them?
Yep. So we've got a big range within our Dunlop string range. The one that we've got in here is explosive spin.
Yep.
So obviously pairing that with the technology that's in the SX racket, it really helps with that spin potential. This is a 16 by 19 string pattern. But I should touch on as well with our spin rackets, it's a very open string pattern. So the gaps in between the string, as you can see, are quite wide. So it just really helps with that string movement.
Yep.
That brushing up the back of the ball helps with that spin potential that you can get from the racket.
Great stuff. Right, so I reckon that's enough gassing now, James. I think we need to hit some balls.
Yep.
Let's give it a proper racket review.
Let's do it.
This isn't the only one, is it?
No, so
there's a few others.
Yeah, within the range, we do have other rackets.
Yep.
So the one that you've got in your hand there is the 300 Tour. That's obviously a bit of a heavier racket.
Yep.
305 grams, more for your performance-based player. And we've got 3 rackets underneath that, so there's 4 in total in the range. Then we've got the 300, so the SX 300 grams. We've got the LS, which is a lighter version of that, so that's 285. We've got the light racket, which is 270 grams.
Yeah.
And that's really for your sort of transitional player that's coming into the game, might be looking for something more performance orientated.
Fantastic, brilliant. Well, James, thank you very much for coming to Baseline today, mate. Really appreciate it. Guys, again, I said at the start, these are available from the 15th of January. They're on pre-order now. If you go to www.baseline.shop, check it out, get yourself one ready to go, and we might even throw some tennis balls in there for you as well.